there was to be a meeting at 2 o'clock, and then they look at the forms, the contents of the assessment forms, and we'll, if need be, we add more personnel to boost up the agriculture assessment team, because they are just going to focus basically on what we are doing as well. But then commissioners and PAs and DOs will also look at some areas which probably are not agriculture specific, but you have people who are just affected by water, but they are not involved in agriculture. So maybe Commissioner can again clarify with Suba, but that was the guidance that has been discussed in Suba, and awaiting the meeting at 2 o'clock. So after the meeting at 2 o'clock, something should have come your way again. But for us, do it quickly, when weather permits, and make sure that no one is left out. So it would be good if you just have a team because right now, not so much on the devastation by TC Kodi, but it's just the rainfall and the flooding. So you can start identifying your priority areas, and then, but agriculture is important because of implications on food security as well. And that is why best is piggyback on the agriculture team. If you need to reinforce the teams that they have or add more personnel, maybe composite teams, but agriculture. But then there will be some areas that are non-agriculture. So you can just find out what other component can go into those areas. So we will tidy that up with Suba. But it doesn't have to stop everybody from going on with the essential services, restoration of power and water and accessibility. That's with the service providers, EFL, FRA, and Water Authority respectively. But let's understand the fact that in some instances it will depend on weather and of course accessibility as well. Because even we are thankful that from yesterday there was nothing in Ba. Now you have about 80%. But they still have not actually able to establish where the fault is. But good that when they switched on they energized the Ba, now power came on without tripping, and but they're still and that depends on accessibility, because if they are not able to access it by land, then they will have to find options, weather permitting, to come on air. That's something that EFL CEO has reassured us. Water Authority, again, in some places it will depend on the availability of power, and even for power, again, accessibility issue as well. And of course, we have stated yesterday, they need to coordinate very closely with FRA on accessibility where needed. But then it will be weather dependent as well. Let's hope that this weather will clear as per the forecast midweek, and hopefully it will be easing off as far as rainfall is concerned in the next 7 days, so that most of the work can be done, including assessments as well. Evacuation centers, let's attend to those people in the evacuation centers. Their safety and well-being, that includes COVID protocols as well. We leave it on you. Probably health will not be in a position to visit every evacuation center, but you all know the COVID protocols. So make sure that that's enforced in the respective evacuation centers. While we are providing that shelter and safety for the people, but at the same time, particularly for schools and government designated evacuation centers, if the weather permits and guidance by health, we have been able to clean up their areas, homes, whatever, and of course spray whatever, let's move people back to their homes, because we want the schools to be prepared as well for the recommencement of the school that has opened last week. That's the basic guidance. We'll keep people sheltered, but at the same time, we need the evacuation centers to be emptied as well, so that schooling can continue. So you need to coordinate that well. Worst case, if there is a community in a school and there is not much option for them in terms of returning to their homes, then you'll have to find alternative options. Identify the needs, identify the priorities, and work fast to try and address the issues. Your coordination is very, very important. Township needs to up and running immediately. That was one of the reasons why I wanted to be here, because of food security, marketing, the economic activities, and so forth. Provide all the necessary support. I know that the RFMF has come on board as well for the cleaning up. Whatever needs that you have from CEO, relate through you to Commissioner, and then we'll see what else is needed. But I hope that more cleaning up can continue tomorrow as the weather eases off. That will be your priorities for now, of course. And I'm worried about evacuation centers, and I hope and have even asked health if they can do some random checks and some tests, even if they have the kits, swabbing or PCR or whatever testing facilities that they have. It will be good so that we can gauge the level of transmission within the communities, and what can we do to ensure that this is kept to a minimum. I keep emphasizing, Commissioner, PA, and all government officials that are here, let's lead by example. If you have to wear masks, you have to wear masks. Sanitize everything, because most of the people will get their cue from us as well. If we are saying something and doing otherwise, then that's not a good example. So we have that very, very critical role. Continue to communicate amongst yourselves, and of course, whatever is beyond you, talk to Commissioner, so that SUVA can also provide assistance if need be, and if it's readily available as well. But I'm thankful for the progress so far. Thank you, Assistant Minister, Honorable Viam Pillay, and CEO, and Commissioner, and PA Mba, and ADO Mba. I've seen some progress. Let's continue with it once this weather clears. And I hope that you will move quickly into the areas that are accessible, so that you can get the necessary data and information to set us for the next stage.